My name is Busolo Ifeso.
I'm Olugbenga Omojola.
Hi, this is Sud, and I'm at the Lagos Startup Week 2023.
Introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Oh, thank you. I'm Olugbenga Omojola. I'm CEO of Black Skill Limited and as well the managing partner of First Excels here. I think in a nutshell, I'm a management consultant. I've done that for over the years. And, I'm a board advisor, meaning I sit on boards and I advise corporate boards across various sectors of the economy. And I'm as well also a career coach, an executive career coach, where I have coaches across various sectors and various levels in the corporate world where I provide coaching services to as well. So in a nutshell, that's Olugbenga Omojola.
All right. So, is this your first time at Lagos Startup Week?
Yes, it is my first physical attendance at Lagos Startup Week.
All right. And how would you describe this experience?
I think I must say well done to the entire team of Lagos Startup Week. It's a great thing you've started. Now, I've had some conversations with the founders and I read through about how it started over the years when, it wasn't so well known and even the tech space in Nigeria was still very nascent and all. And now they've stayed the tides and then built it into what it is today. I think you've done excellently well, and that goes to you and you're part of the team. And I'd say the experience has been wonderful. I've attended similar exhibitions outside Nigeria, the United Kingdom, in the US, and I must say that if not that I keep reminding myself that I'm in Nigeria, this could as well pass for any of those conferences or exhibitions or fairs I've attended in Europe and in America. Yeah, so that's thumbs up. Well done.
So much for your comments. You spoke at a panel session that touched on something very critical: recruiting, talent development, and upskilling. You do a plethora of things, but I'm going to pick on your role as CEO. As CEO, I want to ask you, what things do you look out for when hiring employees? What are some key things you look out for?
Okay, excellent. So, for example, as CEO, my team would have screened candidates before they come to me. So definitely they would have screened them for their technical competencies. So whatever they claim to be able to do or to have gone to school or have trained to do, we would have done the technical assessments and then so I'm really not checking so much of their technical competencies. At that point, when they are meeting with me, I would read reports of their technical assessments just so. But what I will be focusing on majorly will be their behavioral competencies, and I'm looking first and foremost for a solutions thinker, a solutions-oriented person. Now, I'm looking at someone who sees problems as challenges that must be solved in whatever capacity. I'm looking at someone who doesn't want to be boxed. I'm looking for someone who thinks without a box. Not even someone who thinks outside the box. We used to say you think outside. I want you to think like there's no box at all. Not to now mention some people who would come in a closed box and say, no, these are the only things that can be done. So I'm looking for a versatile person who can say, yes, I've trained as XYZ, but I believe that I can apply myself across various other ways while still retaining the truth of who I am as maybe an AWS developer or a front-end person or an accountant if you please. So I'm looking for that first and foremost, a solutions-oriented person. I'm looking for someone who can present ideas articulately, and that speaks to communication. Now you may be wondering if it's just going to be a geek at the back of a computer writing codes, not so much about communication. Now think about the scenario where the geek is writing codes, is not interacting with people, and then he foresees a problem or he sees a challenge or even sees an opportunity, and then he wants to present it to his team lead, and it's a mumble jumble of, we will lose out on that idea. So the fact that you're a techie does not mean you shouldn't know how to articulate yourself, at least write expressly, write correctly, and speak articulately. And there are ways to learn those things really, even if they are not innate skills that one has. Some people are shy, some people don't speak that smoothly, but then you can learn it. I'll tell you myself, I'm never one who likes to stand in front of people to speak. Probably would doubt it, but I'm that self-conscious. I do not like it, but over the years, my roles I've got to train, I've got to speak to crowds, I've got to speak to address boards, senior management. So I had to learn it. So you can actually learn, unlearn, and relearn anything you put your mind to. So solutions orientation, communication, being articulate, very important. Interpersonal skills. I want to watch rapport. Having a chat. I'm asking one of very interesting questions I like to ask when I'm having chats. Tell me about your weekend. Tell me what you do when you're not at work. It may sound a bit intrusive, and I'll be like, well, this is not, it's not compulsory for you to see anything, but I just want to get a sense of who you are. I know my colleague mentioned on the panel that she likes to see hobbies on CVs. So that's like saying, what do you do when your hair is down? And I'm listening to you talk, and it's already telling me a lot about you. It's telling me how you would treat my clients. Interestingly, it's telling me how you would treat me as an internal client as well. If you tell me you're learning a skill and it's important to you, that tells me you have the tenacity to learn, Yeah, so for me, that's critical. And I also mentioned teamworking. So you're sitting across the table from me, I'm interviewing you, and you're all about I did this, I did that. You're talking about your previous employment, your current employment. I would want to say, wait a minute, do you work alone in that organization? Like, really? So while, yes, you should say what you put in personally in your role, but you must never forget to mention that. So I'm looking for someone who can play in a team, who can work in a team, someone who wouldn't be affected with groupthink. You can stand out in a team and say, I think we're making a mistake, without shooting people down, and share your ideas. I think those things are very critical, apart from the technical competencies that you should have, that must have been giving you the foot in the door to even sit across the table to speak with me. Yeah.
You already touched on the question I was going to ask. I was going to move on to the fun question. So you're right on course. I was going to ask, how do you unwind or relax? Right? For techies, I would say, what's your favorite non-tech thing to do? Because a lot of times at events like this, it's always about work and professionalism. But, I just want to find out the fun side. What do you do to relax, unwind, and just sort of immerse yourself into a separate experience away from, work?
Excellent. So I'm smiling because you see already you've asked a question on something that makes me unwind, and thinking about those things already, I'm smiling because that's everyone should have one of those things. So for me, first and foremost, I play tennis. I play lawn tennis. I'm very alive on the tennis court. Interestingly, even when I'm losing, I'm still excited. And some people will be like, oh God, they're beating you. I say, yeah, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm having fun. So I love to play lawn tennis. I love to cycle. So I cycle with my children. There's a cycling team I belong to, but more importantly, I love to cycle with my son. We cycle in the evenings and we have conversations. And my daughter as well when she's around, So I love to cycle. I love to play lawn tennis. I love to read. Reading relaxes me, so I look for things that it could even relate to tech or may even be completely unrelated to what I do, and I love to meditate as well. Meditation is something I've discovered that helps settle your nerves, just closes yourself out, almost sort of rewinding and sharpening yourself. You come out of a meditation session revamped, renewed, Yeah. So those are 3 things I know I like to do.
Thank you with us. Thank you for your time.